2012, I think, 11, 12, yeah. We started training together. Then, after training, we would go and get a meal. And we started just talking to each other, and we just became friends. He was from a Pandit family, so they are very religiously inclined towards their religion, Hinduism, very religiously inclined. So start speaking to this brother, and you know, there was nothing about Islam. I never ever spoke about this brother about Islam. So you can't, non-Muslims are not going to see you pray, are not going to see you read the Quran. Hardly ever. On TV they might, on internet, YouTube they might, but they're not going to see. What do they see? They see the way you act. They see the way you treat others. So out of the blue, one day, he comes to me, this brother, and he says, I want to be a Muslim. It took me by surprise. I go, wow. I go, why? I said, why?
When you're girlfriend and boyfriend, every time you're about to go out to go see each other, you'd put makeup on, you make sure you smile nice, make sure you look good, then you're going to go meet each other. You don't actually meet the real you and the real her until you get married and you live together. Like, so many times you see it, sometimes people are like, when they get married, like, oh, I didn't know that she was like that though. But you've been with her for about 2-3 years. Yeah. So I feel like that, even if you don't get married young, but if you do feel that you've met someone, the right person, go the right way about it. Go approach her father, tell her father, get to know her. That way, respectfully, you're not harming yourself and you're not harming her. Yeah. Because then boundaries have been set. When no boundaries have been set, it's easy to fall into doing haram and, you know, going out and getting involved in fitna and indulging in all of that. And having the right person and the right woman behind you will take you that extra place where you need to go.
The older generation, no disrespect to them, like my mum's age, my father's age, etc., they're very smart. I'm not saying they're not, but they never had the facilities which we had. They were only taught what they was taught, and what was taught to them was only taught to them by which was taught by somebody else. So, for instance, they would take everything for gospel. Do you know what it is? But now our generation had enough to, you know, to start researching it ourselves and to find stuff. So, for instance, they only had the encyclopedia then. Yeah. Do you know what the encyclopedia was? So encyclopedia was just a book, and that just literally had everything in there. Yeah, and that's all they knew. But now we've got the World Wide Web. We can go in depth and richly find everything, so we can actually find the purpose behind the action.
Obviously, they have their characters that they play for Dragon's Den to make it entertaining. But every single one of them asked really good questions. They challenged us. They advised us. So they gave a lot of advice. You know, it was like having a mastermind session with 5 business, you know, icons. It was having a free mastermind session. It was unbelievable. It was priceless. How else could you get 5 of those people with those kind of businesses in a room to give you advice on your business? That's priceless.
Yeah. Even if you don't get any investment, it's used as advice you get. And like you said, it's like an hour long, not just 7 minutes. Yeah. It's more than people see on the TV.
Yeah, man. And if you go in there to learn, and look, we just raised 250k. That's what got us invited onto Dragon's Den. We just completed the £250,000 raise of investment, and the whole Dragon's Den promotion was exactly for that. It was promotion. Off the back of Dragon's Den, we got 2.4 million in pledges using that content, building a campaign around it. 2.4 million pounds of people putting their name, card details into the crowdfunding platform to support the business in our next round.
Flaunt. Display something, especially in order to provoke envy or admiration or to show defiance. Like, by me flaunting, that means I'm specifically doing this to make someone envious of me. I don't think that's an accurate representation. Yeah. Number one. And number two, it's like you said, bro, when there's no face to you when you're a trader, it's very sketchy because people don't know. Say, for example, someone's got a course, but there's no face to them. People don't know who's getting their money, like who they're paying their money to. Number one, it's very sketchy. Number two, if I just had a voice, nobody would be interested. And number three, if I never had the results, nobody would be interested. So let's stop lying and let people stop acting as though, you know, they're just strictly after information. You're not after information because, like I said previously, I always say the same thing again. If Google or the internet was the gospel of success, everybody would find answers to becoming successful on Google. The reason why you haven't is because you haven't paid for it. You don't value something that you don't pay for.
Yeah.